Hey there, thanks for tuning in to this week's Thursday Night Thought. My name's Beaber, and tonight we are talking about blessings. We are focusing on the prayer of Jabez, that tiny little book that I talked about last week by Bruce Wilkinson. And if you've read the book or you haven't read the book, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about how blessings show up in your life, how to know that they've shown up in your life and how to ask and access them. That is what we're diving into tonight. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you what is behind this door, because those of you who've been following me for a while will be very excited, and I want to share this blessing with you. So let's go ahead and dive into this week's message. And the message is this: God is the supernatural power to transform pain to blessing. And when you ask, you access. Being mindful to shed all physical confinements, the incrustations of the soul. Therefore, be bold of spirit to connect and breathe divine love. Being one in spirit changes everything. Oh, that I may be blessed indeed. So that part of the end that says, oh, that I may be blessed indeed. This is the first part of the prayer that we're going to dive into. And that means not only are we asking for blessings, but we're asking for blessings indeed, that we are aware of them, that there are big blessings that God wants to give you, and you can tap into them if you pay attention to this week's message. It is not very sexy, but it's very foundational to how it is we're going to go deeper into these blessings over the next 4 weeks, okay? So the first thing that comes in is this idea of God is the supernatural power to transform pain to blessing. Not God has the power, God is the power. And God is a lot of things, right? Like God is love, God is healing. And if you think about these aspects of who God is, there's a spirit of God that is all of these things. It's like it's this abundance, and what I saw is this overflowing spirit that we can all tap into and become one with. And I'm going to go into that in just a moment, because there's a warning of what can happen that would keep us from experiencing that. So maybe this week you're experiencing a blockage from these blessings, or you don't know how to tap into these blessings. That's what I'm going to go into. So it says, being mindful to shed all physical confinements, the incrustations of the soul. So here's the visual that came to me. I thought about those ketchup bottles or mustard bottles, and have you ever had that experience where there's that incrustation of ketchup or mustard at the top of the bottle, and you kind of have to peel it off in order for the contents of the bottle to come out? This is the metaphor this week, okay? So what are the incrustations of the soul? Well, I was taught a long time ago that the soul is the representation of our heart and our mind, our emotions and our thought life. And on some level, we are all, as humanity, connected, meaning we all experience emotions, right? Like you can experience anger, I can experience anger, and we have a label for it. It's anger. We know what that feels like. We also have the same thing that happens in our thought life. The truth is, we don't know where thoughts originate from. But take, for example, the idea of you being in a classroom, right? Experience. And somebody next to you can have a thought, oh my gosh, I didn't study enough for this test. I think I'm going to fail it. And you can actually have the same thought. But is it your thought? Where did it come from? This is the whole idea of why we are to guard these aspects of our lives. But if we don't know and we attach to them, then what can happen is it can wreak havoc in our lives, right? If we become too focused on the emotional or attached to the emotion and think it's who we are, it's not. It's an aspect. If we become too attached to the thoughts and don't investigate or become observers of them, then this can be where we get stuck. And this is what this message is bringing in, that this is the incrustation of the soul. So where are you going to shed that? Where is that showing up in your life right now? Maybe journal a little bit about that, because the next part of the message says, therefore be bold of spirit to connect and breathe divine love, being one in spirit, changes everything. So this is where everything's going to change. And that is, doesn't matter what's going on circumstantially in your life. It doesn't even matter those incrustations or hardness of the soul. We can always connect in spirit. So how do you connect in spirit? For me, it's prayer, it's meditation, it's knowing that I can breathe in spirit. So really the question is, how do you know when you're tapped into spirit, right? Because this would answer that for us. So you can do your own research. You can figure out what that means for you intuitionally. But there truly are fruits of the spirit, meaning knowing that you are in oneness with spirit. And that is love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. All those things we learned about in Sunday school. They are not emotions, and they are not thoughts. They are above that. They are part of our spirit, and they are the fruits of being one in spirit. So if more of those aspects that I just rattled off are showing up in your life, or there's something that you can give to others or experience in your life or pray for and ask for in your life, then that is the ability to connect into oneness so that we can receive the blessings, because it comes from being one in spirit. Pretty big and powerful stuff, right? I love it. And again, it's not sexy, it's not mind-blowing, but it's foundational for awareness this week. So I hope that encourages and inspires you. And now I'd like to show you what's behind the door, because this is a huge blessing for my husband and I. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around and take you on a little walk. Ta-da! And there it is. This is our new studio space. And we have been building this out for quite a while. This has been a dream and a really, you know what, I may have to shut, oops, sorry people. I'm trying to put this back on the tripod here. Sorry, showed the camera. I'm just too excited about this, okay? This is a dream come true. Especially, this has been my husband's dream for a long time, and I'm actually gonna shut this door because I think there's a little bit of a reverberation. We're actually waiting to get all the batting done in here. But what you saw behind that glass is a recording studio. So for any of you that are artists, that are singers, that like to do your own videos, YouTube, any kind of creation aspect, I can't wait to share this with our friends and family, and for anyone who wants to be involved in production and things like that. That is our blessing. And I can't wait to share it with you and share from that space very soon. So thank you for sharing that with me tonight. I pray this week that you can just focus in on that spirit. How is that showing up in your eyes? Ask for more of that. I promise you, that is guaranteed. It doesn't come with a price tag of what you have to do in order to be one in spirit. It's a gift that we all can tap into when we ask, and therefore we access. And that's how the blessings come in. And we're going even deeper into that over the next 4 weeks. So I hope you stay tuned. And if this has blessed you, please share it with someone you love. And let's just widen this circle around this awareness. Let's bring this into our thoughts and our consciousness, right? And let's heal these aspects of our lives. We have the power to do that. So please share, and I look forward to sharing our next Thursday Night Thought together.